Analyze.
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 分析
We need to analyze the data to understand the results.
We need to analyze the data to understand the results.
我们需要分析数据来理解结果。
Articulate.
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 清晰表达
She was able to articulate her thoughts very well.
She was able to articulate her thoughts very well.
她能够非常清晰地表达她的想法。
Coherent.
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 连贯的
His argument was not very coherent.
His argument was not very coherent.
他的论点不太连贯。
Concise.
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 简洁的
Can you give me a concise summary of the article?
Can you give me a concise summary of the article?
你能给我一篇简洁的文章摘要吗？
Context.
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 上下文
It's important to consider the context when interpreting the text.
It's important to consider the context when interpreting the text.
在解释文本时考虑上下文是很重要的。
Convey.
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 傳達
He was able to convey his message clearly.
He was able to convey his message clearly.
他能够清晰地傳達他的信息。
Critique.
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 評論
She gave a detailed critique of the book.
She gave a detailed critique of the book.
他对这本書进行了详細的評論。
Debate.
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 辯論
The debate lasted for hours.
The debate lasted for hours.
辯論持續了數小時。
Demonstrate.
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 展示
He was able to demonstrate his point with a clear example.
He was able to demonstrate his point with a clear example.
他能夠用一个清晰的例子来證明他的觀點。
Describe.
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 描述
Can you describe the scene in more detail?
Can you describe the scene in more detail?
你能更詳細地描述一下場景嗎？
Elaborate.
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 詳盡的
She gave an elaborate explanation of the process.
She gave an elaborate explanation of the process.
她详细地解释了这个过程。
Emphasize.
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 强調。
It's important to emphasize the key points.
It's important to emphasize the key points.
强調關鍵點很重要。
Evaluate.
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 評估。
We need to evaluate the effectiveness of the program.
We need to evaluate the effectiveness of the program.
我們需要評估這個項目的效果。
Evidence.
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 證據。
The evidence suggests that he is guilty.
The evidence suggests that he is guilty.
證據表明他有罪。
Explain.
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 解釋。
Can you explain the process in more detail?
Can you explain the process in more detail?
你能更詳細地解釋一下這個過程嗎？
Express.
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 表達。
He was able to express his feelings clearly.
He was able to express his feelings clearly.
他能夠清晰地表達他的感受。
Focus.
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 焦點。
We need to focus on the main issues.
We need to focus on the main issues.
我們需要關注主要問題。
Illustrate.
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 說明。
Can you illustrate your point with an example?
Can you illustrate your point with an example?
你能用一個例子來說明你的觀點嗎？
Imply.
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 暗示。
His words seemed to imply that he had inside information.
His words seemed to imply that he had inside information.
他的話似乎在暗示他掌握了內部信息。
Infer.
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 推斷。
From the evidence, we can infer that he is guilty.
From the evidence, we can infer that he is guilty.
從證據可以推斷他有罪。
Interpret.
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 解釋。
How do you interpret this passage?
How do you interpret this passage?
你如何解釋這段話？
Justify.
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 辩解
He tried to justify his actions, but no one believed him.
He tried to justify his actions, but no one believed him.
他試圖為自己的行為辯解，但沒有人相信他。
Logic.
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 邏輯
His argument was based on faulty logic.
His argument was based on faulty logic.
他的論點基於錯誤的邏輯。
Objective.
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 客觀的
We need to take an objective view of the situation.
We need to take an objective view of the situation.
我們需要客觀地看待這個情況。
Opinion.
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 意見
What's your opinion on the matter?
What's your opinion on the matter?
你對這個問題有什麼意見？
Persuade.
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 說服
He was able to persuade her to change her mind.
He was able to persuade her to change her mind.
他能夠說服他改變主意。
Point.
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 點
Can you clarify your point?
Can you clarify your point?
你能澄清一下你的觀點嗎？
Position.
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 位置
What's your position on the issue?
What's your position on the issue?
你對這個問題的立場是什麼？
Premise.
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 前提
The argument is based on a false premise.
The argument is based on a false premise.
這個論點基於一個錯誤的前提。
Present.
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 呈現
He was able to present his ideas clearly.
He was able to present his ideas clearly.
他能夠清晰地呈現他的想法。
Proof.
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 證明
Do you have any proof to support your claim?
Do you have any proof to support your claim?
你有什麼證據來支持你的主張嗎？
Propose.
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 提議
She proposed a new solution to the problem.
She proposed a new solution to the problem.
他提出了一個新的解決方案。
Question.
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 問題
Do you have any questions about the material?
Do you have any questions about the material?
你對這個材料有什麼問題嗎？
Reason.
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 理由
Can you give me a reason for your decision?
Can you give me a reason for your decision?
你能給我一個你決定的理由嗎？
Refute.
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 反駁
He was able to refute her argument.
He was able to refute her argument.
他能夠反駁他的論點。
Relevant.
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 相關的
The information is not relevant to the case.
The information is not relevant to the case.
這個信息與案件無關。
Represent.
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 代表
He was chosen to represent the company at the meeting.
He was chosen to represent the company at the meeting.
他被選為公司在會議上的代表。
Respond.
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 回應
She responded to my question quickly.
She responded to my question quickly.
他很快回答了我的問題。
Review.
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 回顧
We need to review the material before the exam.
We need to review the material before the exam.
我們需要在考試前複習這個材料。
Speculate.
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 推測
It's not appropriate to speculate about his motives.
It's not appropriate to speculate about his motives.
推測他的動機是不恰當的。
Structure.
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 結構
The structure of the argument was flawed.
The structure of the argument was flawed.
這個論點的結構有缺陷。
Summarize.
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 總結
Can you summarize the main points of the article?
Can you summarize the main points of the article?
你能總結一下這篇文章的主要觀點嗎？
Support.
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 支持
Do you support the proposal?
Do you support the proposal?
你支持这个提議嗎？
Theory.
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 理論
The theory has been widely criticized.
The theory has been widely criticized.
這個理論受到了廣泛的批評。
Thesis.
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 論文
She is working on her thesis for her degree.
She is working on her thesis for her degree.
他正在為他的學位寫論文。
Topic.
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 主題
What's the topic of the discussion?
What's the topic of the discussion?
這個討論的主題是什麼？
Validate.
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 證實
The results of the study validate our hypothesis.
The results of the study validate our hypothesis.
這個研究的結果證實了我們的假設。
Verify.
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 驗證
Can you verify the accuracy of the data?
Can you verify the accuracy of the data?
你能驗證數據的準確性嗎？
Viewpoint.
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 觀點
What's your viewpoint on the issue?
What's your viewpoint on the issue?
你對這個問題有什麼觀點？